Hi, my name's Gab Scanu. I'm a professional photographer and filmmaker from Australia, and in today's video, we're going to be taking some photos using the Expert RAW camera app on the brand new Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which I'm super excited about because it's going to give us more control than ever before when taking photos on our smartphone. Photographers like me like to shoot in RAW format because it gives us access to all the data from the camera sensor, which we can then edit and use to bring out more details in our photos when post-processing. The drawback to the industry standard RAW format though is that the data you get is noisy, so sometimes it can be hard to deal with. The Expert RAW app solves that problem by using what Samsung calls linear DNG 16-bit RAW files. These files combine multiple frames from the camera sensor into a single file, which is a lot higher quality and much easier to use when trying to bring our photos to life. And as a bonus, Expert RAW is a versatile pro-level camera app, so let's dig in. Today we're headed to the Blue Mountains National Park to shoot with Expert RAW, and I thought this would be the perfect location to test out the white balance feature, which will hopefully allow us to bring out those rich blue hues in the mountains that they're so famously named after. I use the Expert RAW app to adjust my white balance, which gives me control over the tones and colors in my shots. Here I can drag the slider up and down to control the white balance of my image. The higher the number value on the slider, the warmer the image will appear, and the lower the value, the cooler the image looks. There's no right or wrong way to use white balance in this scenario, it's simply a creative choice on how you want your image to look. After shooting with the Expert RAW app, I like to quick share my files over to my Galaxy Tab device so that I can do all my editing and post-processing on a larger display. Lightroom is the program I use to edit all my photos and allows me to go in and adjust all the aspects and information we captured in our RAW images, such as exposure, shadows, and color temperature. Because our RAW image files are the untouched data straight from the camera sensor and without any tune-ups, they look a little flat. So I'll make some adjustments to the exposure and contrast to make the details pop and also ensure we're getting a nice blue hue in our mountains. Here you can see a before and after of our shots, which shows just how powerful the Expert RAW app is and how much room you have to play with when using RAW files shot on the S22 Ultra. Unlike the native camera app, we can go in and dial all those little details that would otherwise have already been compressed and lost. So hopefully now you can see why the Expert RAW app is so awesome and why I'm so excited about shooting on the S22 Ultra. I've never had so much control over shooting photos on my smartphone, and the results have looked more professional than ever. So download the Expert RAW app for yourselves and get creative.